Dark Elf Saint Bella. Spirit of
Before you light the lantern, does my hair look all right? Oh, never mind.
Lady Isara, I had not expected to see you again. Why do you summon me? Where are we? It's been so long since I walked the grounds of the castle. I scarcely recognize it. Whatever the place, it is good to speak to someone again. And to see the fair image of my lost love. Spell? Some ill-conceived plot to resurrect me, I presume. Mother never could suppress her passion for the occult. Now we both pay the price. But even so, I feel something else now. Some other force that nags at my soul. Something fairer, softer. My ring of Mara? I had not thought to see it again. I see it clearly now, though. At rest near the heart of the fair Lady Ysara. The course is clear, friend. Gather my armor and rid me of the curse. In the meantime, I will bask in Ysara's glow. Lady Ysara, you bear not only Alizinda's ring, but her spirit as well. Had I a heart, it would pound like a drum at the sight of you.
Thank you, Mathin. I'm sorry for what happened to you. My friend and I will fix it, I promise.
Having you beside me is all I need. Come, let me sweep you away. Find my armor and break the curse. Your friend will be safe with me in the meantime.
Oh my! What just happened? Mathin, what did you do?
You have nothing to fear, lovely. I only hope to spend another moment with you. I mean no harm. You are so
You summon me again? Did you find the armor? Where is your lecherous friend? Just like her ancestor, ensnaring her betters, meddling in family affairs. Huh. Mathin should be thanking me for sparing him the pain. Mathin truly meant to marry Alizinda, a woman with no pedigree, no means, and no great talent. She was a no one. I couldn't bear the idea of him throwing his future, and that of our duchy, away over some childish romance. So I spread a rumor. I only meant to split them apart. It was for his own good. Typical of low-bred paupers, she overreacted. Mathin died by her hand, not mine. None of this matters. What matters is breaking the curse. I need one last object. The Sword of Gioves. It is in the mausoleum, beneath the Great Bridge. guarded by Calvus Vannon, 1st Duke of Gioves. Retrieve the sword and bring everything you found to Tavia's tower. If all goes as it should, we can reverse the spell and set both of us free. I don't want that woman lingering near my son any more than you do. Find the sword and bring it to the tower.
Everywhere.
Mathen, my darling boy. We can finally end this curse.
And now I part with the Lady Ysara as well? Is there nothing you won't take from me?
Place the regalia, adventurer. It is well past time we left.
Farewell, dear lady. I wish we had more time.
Mathen! Why aren't you... Mathen!
I'm still here?
My poor Mathen. What went wrong?
I am sorry for absconding with dear Lady Ysara. I found myself conflicted, torn between two intentions. One in the cursed armor, and another in the Ring of Mara. You sundered Mother's curse, but it seems my soul remains tied to the ring. Trapped, perhaps. The foul burden of necromancy no longer weighs me down, but my connection to the ring is no less intense. It It's passionate, fiery. It's like all my unfulfilled dreams and desires remain bound to that band. And to Lady Ysara. Perhaps part of me still yearns for the warmth of Aetherius. But now, as I behold the beautiful Lady Ysara, I'm given pause. She is so like my beloved Alicinda, with a heart as warm as the sands she walked as a child. I must speak with her. Lady Ysara, light of my afterlife. That ring you carry is the key to my heart. I leave my fate in your hands.
My hands? Mathen, what are you saying?
If you choose to wear the ring, I will remain by your side, an attentive and loving guardian.
Are you serious? Tall Papa, preserve me.
Destroy the ring, and I will pass to Aetherius. The choice, my lady, is yours.
Did I just get a proposal from a ghost? Up until now, the only man who ever wooed me was a stable hand in Bergamo. I know I should recoil at this. It's profane, blasphemous, right? But gods, he's cute, and the way he speaks, it's like a dream. Ugh! How could he lay something like this at my feet? I can barely decide which boots to wear most days. When he swept me away, he told me his heart was torn to pieces. He said I was the only balm. He said I was his second chance. I don't know. Aside from the whole ghostly murder victim thing, this is what my heart always yearned for. It's why I write romance novels. The thought that I could bring him love and joy is intoxicating. Still, he deserves peace and rest, right? Yes, I want to write and travel and feel the rush of romance every time I slip on this ring. Mathen and I have so much to offer one another. It will be a little weird, yes, but like I said before, who wants normal romance? Certainly not me. I want you to stay with me, Mathen. I know it's weird, but...
Weird? No, my lady. Unique. Unique and perfect.
Your sense of style is uniquely eye-catching. Would you be willing to assist me? I must know where you got that outfit. Oh, no, that would be foolish in these circumstances as I am pressed for time. Perhaps you can offer me some advice instead? My gorgeous wife-to-be has commissioned a painter to capture our likenesses. She has taken it upon herself to organize all the details. Thankfully, I only have one task, but I'm worried that my eye is not as refined as she expects. To settle on an outfit befitting a man in my new station, I promised her I had just the perfect thing in mind, but in reality I stuffed all that I own into my bag and hoped some inspiration would strike. Please, can you help me choose? I have an outfit that's bold and heroic, or maybe she'd prefer one that's sweet and romantic. And then there's this one here I brought because it reminded me of when we met. Which should I try? The tailor gave me a fantastic deal on this suit, but we had to set out for this trip before she could alter it. The fit isn't perfect. I'll have to set aside time when we return to have it looked at. I have an outfit that's bold and heroic. I found this fabulous antique armor set in the Senchal market, and I have an Is this not too shabby? I was out excavating for artifacts in this when we met. She noticed something in the dirt and we got to talking about Dunmer pottery and that was it. I made sure these were clean, but is the sentiment worth it? I have an outfit that's bold and heroic, or... the tailor gave me a fantastic deal on this suit, but we had to set out for this trip before she could alter it. The fit isn't perfect. I'll have to set aside time when we return to have it looked at. Yes, I feel more confident already. I can't wait to see her reaction. My love, what do you think?
Wow, indeed. I do see. That is quite the statement piece you settled on. I can see why you waited to show me.
The waist is a little tight in places. I'm afraid to move much. Still, nothing but the best for my beautiful wife.
I can see that he tried, but that is decidedly too much. Perhaps I can ask the artist to refine some of the colors and remove some of the more ruffly bits.
That seemed to go well. Maybe. I can't tell. I'm terrible at reading her.
Leave it to an outsider to bring a curse down upon a sacred shrine. Hail, dry skin. Not sure where your feet are taking you, but if it's to the shrine down the road, I suggest you reconsider. Niswo Somars has had more than enough trouble with outsiders for one day. Now, I don't know any details, but I heard that a visiting explorer and her manservant did something terrible inside the local Zanmir. Unleashed a curse, or so I heard. Now the High Priest, Niswo Somars, wants the woman to make it right. Calls herself Lady Clarice Larant, and her manservant's name is Stibbons, though they say he is not in good shape. If she's actually going to break the curse, she'll need help. But no one will go near her while the curse infests the Zanmir. You must have more time on your claws than I do. Plus, it's mighty brave of you to go up against an ancient Argonian curse. Well, if you really want to help this Lady Larant, you can find her near the shrine. It isn't too far from here. Niswo Somars oversees the Glenbridge Shrine. The place is dedicated to Sithis and attracts Argonians from far and wide. Outsiders too, for some reason. Maybe it's the Zanmir. There's one of those stone monstrosities close to the shrine. You know, those great stone step pyramids that rise out of the Black Marsh swamps. Our misguided ancestors built them for some reason. The one near Glenbridge has always been a curiosity and was relatively safe to explore. Until the curse, that is. Just keep following the road. If you see a Zanmir, you're going in the right direction. And eventually, you'll hear Lady Laurent. She's rather loud as far as dry skins go. Niswo Somars oversees the Glenbridge Shrine. The place is dedicated to Sithis and attracts Argonians from far and wide. The Dryskins entered the place of stone and awoke an ancient evil. Now a curse hangs over us all. Stupid Dryskins.
The claw that spills the job bile must be the one to stop it, Dryskin. Heed the words and tend to this matter.
Riddles? Really? Not helpful, priest. Not helpful at all. A familiar face, thank the stars. I seem to remember you providing assistance the last time Stibbins made a mess of things. Or was it the time before? No matter. You're here now, and I am more than willing to compensate you for your time. Ah, the kind my manservant Stibbins excels at, I assure you. I was studying the local Zanmir, and once again assumed that Stibbins would prove to be at least somewhat helpful. Instead, the clumsy oaf managed to break an ancient Argonian relic. The kind that comes with a terrible curse, and has the locals all in a tither. Niswo Somars is very cross with me. She insists I return to the Zanmir and set things right. And Stibbins isn't any help, not in his current state. Will you assist me? Removing curses is never an easy endeavor, and with Stibbins in his current state, well, you should see for yourself. The priest graciously provided a hut where I could store the results of my manservant's latest debacle. We can start there. I hardly have the words to do it justice. The hut isn't far away. Meet me there, and you can see for yourself what a terrible mess my manservant has made of things this time. As an adventurer and treasure hunter, ancient structures such as this are my bread and butter. These Argonian Pyramids exist as historical curiosities, a glimpse into a long-ago age. All reports indicated that this location was safe and intact. Most assuredly. Safe means few dangers to deal with, and intact, well, intact ancient structures often contain the most remarkable treasures. It was the perfect site to explore, before my manservant went and bungled the basket, as it were. What exactly are you implying, The fact that we share a certain degree of familiarity doesn't give you cause to be rude. Still, I see your point. Let's just say that where Stibbins is concerned, every day includes a modicum of trouble.
I pick up my wares in Gideon and sell them before returning home to Stonewaste. Care to look?
good that you came to help me. I didn't want to be in there any longer than I was.
Never thought I'd still be alive to see the end. Yet here we are. I don't know where I'll go, but I can't stay here. Bandits destroyed my home, cut down my family, and took everything I had. How can they do this? If they were Imperial rats, I'd understand. But fellow Argonians... There's not much left, I'm afraid. A warlord named Nazosa moved his people into the nearby ruins. They come every so often and demand our food and supplies. Then they beat us when there's nothing to hand over. Some try to fight back, but without our protectors, we're no match. We call them the Winds. The bandits killed one, and the others refused to leave their isolation and help us. Perhaps you could convince them? An outsider's voice may change their minds. No doubt the village will reward you if the Winds see reason. You're the first bit of hope I've seen in a long while. I don't know if it'll work, but talking to the Winds can't hurt. Go see Nuzul, near the center of the village. He's overseeing the wounded from the last attack. He'll know what to do next. I must. I know it's shameful to abandon your tribe, but staying means too much pain. I see visions of my mate everywhere. Not real ones, just memories. Starting fresh. Well, it won't wash away visions. But what else can I do?
Please, while our hospitality is less than what we'd care to present, you are welcome to speak to what little we have remaining.
A stranger wandering through stone wastes. Have the scavengers arrived to pick the bones of our village? If that's why you came, well, there's not much left. We are already squeezed dry. Yes. She told me about her plans to leave us. Can't say I blame her. When that total Zilnek of a warlord Nazosa moved his people into our ruins, shadows crept upon us. At one time, we had protectors to keep us safe, but no more. Those are them, the legendary Four Winds. They defended our village until one day they had some big argument. After that, they disbanded. 3 moved to the outskirts of the village, and 1 stayed. She died during a raid by Nazosa's people. Oh, good, good. Slivers of bright sun might poke through this storm with your help. Let's start with Elosi, the sudden gust. She lives on the outskirts of town in a hut to the northwest. I should join you so that she doesn't kill you on sight. Well, I used to be the local blacksmith. I do good work, nothing special. But it keeps the village doors from falling off and the tools sharp. Since Nazosa, though, all I can do is patch up the injured after a raid. There is nothing left to smith. Of course I have, Ojel. Do you think I can see the wreckage of my village and not feel a fire in my gut? But I am no warrior. I am a smith. It is good to know who you are, even if it brings limitations. As a guess, I would say they are Lutilio, sharp-eyed people. A petty tribe who revel in preying on other Argonians. They build nothing, but have no problem leeching off others to survive.
May their spirits never find dirt. Oh, he is a vicious, cackling hyena. The first time I saw him, I swear, his eyes were as black as a well. Quick with a blade, too. He made the first blow when Satul Sa fell. I will never forget his laugh as she bled. Like I said, a total Zilnek. Of course. Makes sense you would want to know more. The Four Winds have always wandered this region, defending villages from bandits and such. Ever since our ancestors erected the first hut, 4 warriors with unique skills have roamed the marsh. No. When the wind dies, the title passes to another of their choosing. There is a big celebration with drinks and dancing. And little bonding, if you understand. We treasure the Four Winds. I do not know why they abandoned us. Well, I already mentioned Elosi, the sudden gust. She glides upon her prey better than the quietest hackwing. Then there is Mirta, the Zephyr Eternal, a practitioner of old Argonian magics. Not very sociable, so do not let him get to you. Otumi Ra, the unrelenting gale, stronger than an ox and tougher than a Hajmota. Fun at parties, too. A much nimbler dancer than you would expect. Then there was Satul Sa, the steady breath. The only one to stay here and protect us. But no more. When those bandits first came to raid our village, she fought them off easily. We thought that was the end of it. But soon they returned, and something had changed. They cut her down like a rotted tree. We have not been free of them since. As a guess, I would say they are Lutilio, sharp-eyed people. A petty tribe who revel in preying on other Argonians. I'll follow right along behind you. we're off. Don't worry about me. I can keep up. Here's Elosie's hut. She may not be home, but let's check just in case. It doesn't look like she's home. Let's see if we can figure out where she went.
Is it true that this Lotus Plague turned whatever it touched into a zombie?
Nowhere to be seen. But all her belongings look like she was just here. You know, a less confident Argonian might start to take this personally. Not off the top of my head, but she can't be too far. It looks like she was just preparing a meal here, so perhaps she went looking for herbs? Let's search around. I think I know a spot. Ah, Elosie, we weren't doing anything.
You bring a stranger into my home, Noozle? An outsider entering my home unbidden seeks death. You only live because the annoying blacksmith who joins you is familiar to me. But this pause is a temporary state. Speak then. What is so urgent that you would break into my home? Distressing news. It seems my great fear has come to pass. Where then is Satul Sa? She would never leave the villages undefended. Even once we decided our time was at an end, she insisted on staying. Dead? Satul Sa? She was the smartest and wisest of us all. This is impossible. And yet, since Noozle brought you, it must be true. The consequences of my selfish choice meant the death of my dear friend. Such a bitter lesson. You shall have my aid, if you perform a simple task. When I retired, I buried my blades deep in the ground. Go north to the ruins, retrieve them for me so that I may avenge Satul Sa. Be warned, as I made certain they are well protected. My daggers represented a life I thought I left behind. If you are serious about my help, find them, bring them back, and I will become the Sudden Gust once more. Seems like a nice place, does it not? Far away from the noise and activity of the village. No one to bother me unless the blacksmith comes knocking. I just wanted some place in the mud where I can hear the frog song at night. So, here I am.
I'll be right by your side. These rooms look uninviting. Let's be careful. Well, a cache of daggers in the ruins. They must be Elosie's.
So, you have skills. Even if you did let me sneak up on you. Let's speak. Your test is complete. And with barely a scale out of place. Impressive. Do you like my blades? The hilt is Kakuti bone, and Mirta himself enchanted them. Back when I could tolerate the withered toad. Of course I will. I was always going to. But I needed to see if you could fight by my side. Also, I wanted to finish my meal. I will meet you in the village center, unless you need something more from me. I see. You wish to bring us all back together. Well, a promise was made, and I will keep it. Go southeast to find the dingy hovel where Myrta resides. Look beneath the dirt and rock, and you'll find him. Just don't tell him I sent you.
Heard that Myrta retreated to a cavern for solitude and study. Let's look near there and see if we can find any clues. That Myrta retreated to a cavern for solitude and study. Let's look near there and see if we can find any
These ruins, like nothing I've seen. Perhaps more in the ruins. Do these runes have the same derivation? Maybe if I replace... Wait. What? Who are you? Why are you interrupting me? Leave here immediately! Oh, you brought that dusty blacksmith from the village? You must need something. That sounds like a whole bunch of not my business. Can't you see I am busy with my studies here? I don't have time to involve myself in the toils of others. Satu Sa brought this on herself. Had she any sense of reason, she'd be alive. Was I not clear? Have Nixads stolen my tongue? I said, be gone! Whatever their troubles are, I'm sure it looks much worse to you than it really is. My work, however, could change history. Go! Ka ka ka! You're seeking help from that drunken lout? You'd be better off on your own than with him. But if it gets you out of my scales, you can find him on the southwest edge of the forest near the cliffside. I trust you'll be disappointed.
So far, only half successful. Let's go find Otumi Ra's hut. be right by your side.
Don't eat the plate, too. Just one more. Those frogs dancing. No knives. Have you shouted? Satulsa. No mud puddles for you, sir. Ah, chaos.
No response. I suppose Myrtal was right. This is the worst I have ever seen Otumi Rock yet. Maybe this is what happens when the life of the party no longer has something to celebrate. Let us see. Wait, I have an idea on how to snap him out of it. The briar that grows out this way might help. The seed is inedible and it smells awful, especially to Argonians. If we get a couple of those, the smell will overwhelm him and wake him up. If anything is going to work, that will. I seem to remember a field of waking seeds grows to the east of here. Gather a handful, then come back. I will keep an eye on this hero of legends in the meantime. I should warn you, some creatures are attracted to the smell. Keep your scales moist. Back. There's, Chaos. I can already smell them on you. Do not even need to ask. Put them right up to Otumiwa's nose. Let him get a big old whiff. Hopefully that snaps him right out. Well, the only plan I have next is gathering more seeds and shoving them right up his snout. He does not have a choice. Our village needs his help.
That is awful! Oh, what? Who are you? Oh, what horrific stench of dead mules and fried dung have you thrust upon me? All I wish is a gentle slumber under the open skies and upon the mud. Does not a retired fighter for peace deserve such rest? Speak, brigand! No, my greatest friend, and I hoped one day my mate, if she would ever agree. Dead? How can I bear such enormous tragedy as this? Lay the facts onto the stone, stranger. Who has earned my unyielding, roiling anger? A battle against murderers and thieves. These are the types of trials I live for. Or at least I used to. I imagine you and the blacksmith wish to join my struggle for freedom and revenge. Join me. I must celebrate, my friend, and test your mettle. Join me inside. We'll see what you're made of. My newest friend. By joining me, you choose to engage in the challenge of my choice. Only through completing this test of your endurance and stamina shall I know your worth as a warrior. Do you believe yourself prepared? Oh, yes. I can sense that raging fire in your stout heart. I suspect you have slain many a foe in your travels. But if we are to go into battle together, I must put a fire in your belly as well. And so, we're going to do a drinking contest. What else? Show me that you hold the same strong will that makes for the greatest of warriors. Oh, chum, we shall see if you can withstand the greatest of Argonian ales and wines. Plus, this should help numb the rodents gnawing in my head. The drinks are in front of me. You may choose what we drink. Be warned, mixing Argonian spirits can fell the stoutest outsider. If you do not believe yourself up to the task, you may leave now. I will call you many rude names as you flee, though. Now choose a drink and get started.
All right, I'll give this a try. For the village, right? I don't feel so good.
A good start, but let's see how you do with even more. Do not attempt tricking me. You must drink them all. bitter, isn't it? I make that myself. Ha! Oh, I thought you'd fall to the ground like good news. The final one, and still you stand. A will made of true iron you must have. Come, let's speak. Impressive. Such strength, such power, such a stomach. I did not know they made outsiders who could stand against the might of Argonian ale. Would you like to continue? Not as part of the test, just for a wonderful time. Of course, I was always going to. This test was just to see if I would allow you to join me, or cut you down for waking me up. But you passed. Let us link arms and bring the fight to those who slew my dear Satulsa. 2 of the 3? Let me guess. Mirta refused. Do not be fooled. He has a good soul, but his mood is as legendary as my strength. Here, take my banner and place it on the cliff above my hut. He won't be able to stand knowing I'm going into a fight that he isn't. So don't worry. He'll be there. Have no fear for the blacksmith. Some waking seeds shall fix him up.
I am just going to stay here for a bit. Still standing, chum? Legs aren't wobbling from fear or drink? No, I don't suppose I need worry about that for someone with your epic fortitude. Voss, do you see? The villagers join us. Our arrival gives them hope. This is your work. Ho ho, more than enough. These people feel a deep fire in their bellies, but someone needed to fan it until the flames shoot out their mouths. We have done this very thing. And with the addition of 3 winds of stone wastes, we are unbeatable. You're right, he isn't here with us, but make no mistake, I spent many turns of the season at his side. He's brash and filled with bees, but you'll find few with stronger character. He'll be here, if he isn't lurking around already.
Ah, you arrive. And you managed to rouse Otumira. An impressive act, especially for an outsider such as yourself. I feel grateful for your efforts in bringing us back together. Now, however, we shall see how you fare in a fight. Of course I am. How silly to even ask. The winds of stone wastes have stood up to much worse than a flimsy army and a paper mud crab such as this warlord Nazosa. This will be no trouble. That is true. Perhaps you are right that I should not underestimate the danger that might be present behind those walls. But by the same token, he should not have killed one of our own. If he sought to frighten the winds, he failed.
It is good to see you. At least I think that is you. I could be having pale visions again. Anyway, you have done it. The winds have reunited, ready for battle. Because you convinced them. Well, 2 of them, at least. Well, as Otumira carried me back to the village, we started discussing you. And how strong, courageous, and wise you are. And attractive, too. Did I mention that? We hoped you might join their assault on the ruins. Help drive out Nazosa and his dry-scaled thugs. There needs to be a 4th wind. That's what the legend tells us. If you join them with this, they cannot fail. Plus, I will pay you more. Lead the charge when you are ready, outsider. The winds will be at your back.
Once again, I fight by your side, Otumira. My scales have itched for this moment.
Let your blades sing their horrible song, Elosi. I delight in the tune.
We are under attack! Those dumb villagers think they can take us!
Up here! I have need of you!
Cowards! And protect those weapons!
Oh, I can feel the power surging in me once again. Such a battle! Do you think you can help me with this thing? In my youth, I could topple 3 such pillars with a swift kick. But all things age, even me. Why does anyone want to push anything over? To smash stuff, of course. You outsiders ask such ridiculous questions. I want the catapults below in splinters. So yes, I can push this most of the way. I just need your extra shove to finish the task. Oh, I was hatched ready, you hilarious Deek Biko. Here we go! A crushing like none other! Now hurry, seek out Nazosa.
Psst. Outsider. Over here. Quickly. Look. Up above us. Prisoners from the village kept for sick entertainment. How many of them are thought dead, never to return home? I can release them, but I'll need your help. You see those pulleys up there? They control the cell doors. I can cut them, but someone needs to open the grate in front of them. Under the southwest tree, you'll find a crank. Turning it will open the grate. Then, I can free them. Huh. Don't worry. This I can manage. Just open the grate for me, so I can work. Once you turn the crank, I can reach the other, and the cell should unlock.
Free. I never thought to see the day. Thank you.
Continue the fight. Remove these pests from our home.
Finally, you show. Boss, I have need of you. Perhaps you are surprised to see me here ahead of you? Mirta has many secret abilities that baffle the unlearned. But you reached this far on your own, so I am impressed. I would ask your assistance in my attempts to clean out our guests. Now, please, you knew I would show the moment you placed that banner. Did you really think I'd let Otumi Ra revel in all the glory by himself? Rubbish. He knows that he's useless without me here. I think I know how Nazosa killed Satul Sa. Do you see these weapons? Some mammal liquor enchanted them. With these, a handful of lymph fins could fell the strongest of warriors. This is how they killed Satul Sa, and mean to kill the other winds. We destroy them, of course, but I need the binding word for the enchantment. I refuse to leave these weapons alone, so you need to retrieve it. There's a library of sorts just to the east. Search through the books in there, and you should find it. Look for a scroll that was recently manhandled by brutes. I should have come down here more often when I lived in the village. These tomes are out of date, certainly, but an interesting history. Well, I suppose we're in a battle and shouldn't delay. Did you find the binding word? Ah, astute. There is hope for you yet. I'll make sure these weapons trouble us no more. Now we can land the final blow, and the warlord won't have a counter. Remove his symbol of authority. Walk into his chambers and pull down his banners. That way, his troops will know he is broken. If they don't outright turn on themselves, they'll likely steal what they can and flee. Hired hands are fickle. Now then, let me see what I can do with these.
We earned what we took everything else. Time to take your lives!